So you'll read that Nicodemus came in the dark of night to meet with Jesus. Why night? We could guess, we could speculate, but we don't know. The one thing we do know is that Nicodemus believed that Jesus was the only one who could answer the questions that he had. And so at the dark of night, he comes in and he begins with a statement, but it's almost like a question. In John 3:2, he says, "Rabbi, we know that you're a teacher who has come from God, for no one could do the miraculous signs that you do unless God were with him." Well, Nicodemus was correct with that statement. Jesus did come from God. Jesus was with God, or God was with Jesus, is how Nicodemus had put it. But Jesus was much greater than what Nicodemus was recognizing. Right in front of Nicodemus's eyes stood Jesus, God, manifesting the power of God in his teaching, in his miracles, in his healings. But again, we see the way Jesus responds. He didn't deny or confirm what Nicodemus had to say. In other words, it's so important to see this. He spoke to the need of Nicodemus. And so Jesus responds with, "Truly, truly, I say to you, unless one is born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God." To be born again is to be born from above. Now, let's take a moment and put ourselves in Nicodemus's shoes. In his mind, the kingdom of heaven were for the Jews, and that is what they were waiting for, right? And in his mind, as a Pharisee, there are two criteria to enter into heaven. One, physical lineage. And he came through the line of Abraham. So heaven should be his. Two, religious activity. He couldn't be working any harder to obey God and obey God's rules. So Jesus was challenging the very platform of Nicodemus's faith. But Jesus was being very clear. Nicodemus, unless you are reborn from above, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. That goes for everyone. Unless you are born from above, that is the way to God.